What do you do if you want to change your career and you have no experience in the field? How do you get hired? Especially when you're in a pool with a whole bunch of other applicants who may have experience in comparison to you. I'm going to give you some ideas and some tips that can help you from my own experience and also from my own research. If you're new to this channel, welcome. This is Efficiency and Organization. My name is Rosanna Hernandez. I am a public school assistant principal. I am also the owner of two small businesses, one of which has to do with creating educational content, which is what you are seeing here. I do YouTube videos, I write articles for my website, for magazines, and I am giving information, good information on all things having to do with careers, students, educators, personal finances, so you name it. Anything that has to do with being more organized, more efficient, and more productive and well planned. Okay, so let's talk about a career change. You have to get organized. If you want to have a change in career because you're unhappy where you are, maybe you don't like the pay or whatever the situation might be. So what you want to do is some long-term planning, some long-term goals, and it's really not that hard to do. I'll give you an example. You could say, I want to be a manager in my organization in the next 18 months. You can say, I want to become a registered nurse in 3 years. I want to become a staff accountant for in the next 2 years. So you want to have a deadline, and you also want to be specific what job or at least what field you want to get into, and start backward planning from there. Backward planning is this concept of like thinking forward but planning backward. Okay, so let's say we gave ourselves a deadline, right? We said we wanted to become a registered nurse in 3 years. Now you have to work your way back. What can I do between now and then to make that happen? So probably in year 2.5 is when you want to start applying, like 6 months before your deadline. You need to have your licensing done and your hours and stuff done so that way you could start applying. It takes time to get a job. So doing that at least 6 months in advance would help. So if you're going to start applying, that means at the start of your year 2, you have to start collecting your letters of recommendations. Even if the jobs don't ask for it, get 3 letters of recommendation, put a really good resume together and a letter of introduction. Between now and then, you have to go to a local university or a college if you're going to take online college classes, or if you're going to go in person. You have to find out how long it will take you to finish. So if they tell you, oh, you need to take these 20 classes to become a registered nurse, then you have to take a test to pass, for example. What you want to do is start going to school and doing your financial aid and all those things now. You might have to change the deadline that you set for yourself too. The other thing I would recommend you do, whatever job you are doing now, you have to try to change to at least be in the field, in the entry level field. That's the only way you can move up. I'll give you a good example. Before I became a teacher, I was serving as a clerk in the school district that I got hired. And I had a bachelor's degree. I was super overqualified for a clerical position, but I had to do it anyway because I needed people there to see my strong work ethic and to get to know me. And that way they could say, oh yeah, this person would do a good job in the classroom. They would work hard. They would be good with the kids, good with the parents, good with the teachers. Because even as a clerk, I was able to show that, to build a reputation. And so it would be the same for you. So if you're going into engineering, for example, then you want to work in a field, get in as an entry-level worker, so that way you could start building your reputation, learning the job, learning the organization. It's going to make it a lot easier for you if you go that route. Another thing would be to volunteer, especially if you've done it for a year or two on a part-time basis, even for like a few hours a week. That way it'll help them to feel that you're not just going to be taught everything from scratch and maybe not even like they don't want to hire you, take a chance on you, and it doesn't work, right? So you want to show that you have done something that would relate to the field. That's why getting in at the entry level is so helpful and so powerful. Another recommendation I have is on like LinkedIn or other platforms like that, or even Facebook, Reddit. Join organizations where you can find other people who are doing similar work like you. And that way you could kind of build a network, ask questions, see if they have any positions. Because again, it's all about trust. They have to trust you. So if you know somebody who works in an organization that you met through LinkedIn or somewhere like that, it's going to be so much easier because that person can technically vouch for you and can say, oh yeah, they ask really good questions. They're very professional. They'll like basically say what they know about you. Networking is huge. Networking basically means people you know, right? And so you want to always keep in touch with people that you meet. You want to ask them questions, stay connected with them, be present on social media. So there is good to social media. Social media is not just about watching silly videos and such, right? You can actually meet and form connections, and you never know where those might take you. My last recommendation would be, if you have no experience, I can't stress this enough, take college classes. So I'll give you a really good example. My sister was working at Macy's as one of just the retail clerks. She wanted to become an accountant. Retail has really nothing to do whatsoever with accounting. But guess what? When she went to college, she took accounting classes. That's where she met professors, and they saw, oh yeah, she actually understands numbers. She can do the work. She's presentable. And that's how they were able to hire her as like an entry level person in an accounting firm. And then once she got a little bit of experience, she moved up, and now she's a CPA. So that would be like my ultimate thing that I would recommend for you, is go to college. Not just go to college to get like a certificate and get a piece of paper that says you graduated, but more to get to know people, to network with people. If you like what I have to share with you in this video, I'd ask you to please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also like the video. So I release videos twice a week. They're always very helpful and informative. So you will not regret being one of our subscribers on this channel. Because we're a community of people who want to advance, get ahead, and learn from each other. I appreciate you being with me today, and I will catch you in the next video.